you know, if you are the one to take the fountain of health, most of the time the advantage in items and experience will put you in a very good position. Allforicons now has a workshop at his natural expansion. He's running currently with knights, priests, priests, 3 heroes, paladin, good for keeping knights alive, of course. And here we have Cygnus going for the big kill, sucking up the tower damage with his evasion-enabled demon hunter, beating on the castle with his other units, obviously, as you can see. And right now, the Humi got a bit of a problem because he can't make any more knights for quite some time. And Mr.Cygnus drops a teleport scroll and gets the hell out of dodge. Right now, Mr.Cygnus has the game in his hand because the only thing that the human can make is footmen, rifles, casters, and workshop things, units. However, the expansion, the early expansion gave the human some extra gold. Cygnus also has a mine going. It's been going for quite some time. Sorry for not mentioning that, but hey, you know, we got ice itself, and not much to say about an expansion except that it's up when it gets under attack, or you know, other interesting things. Humi is now creeping, all dragons. Mr.Cygnus was healing up. He's now got dryads, and anytime you see a night elf with dryads, you want to buy protection scrolls. The reason for this are plentiful. The first being that with the protection scroll on your units, the dryads, if they have abolish magic, will try to abolish it instead of attacking, which means that your units take less damage. Hang on, instead of going into a long ramble while the game is going on and missing bits, we're going to pause in 3, 2, 1, pause. Right. We now have the human heading back to his base, and Cygnus is also heading back to human base. But back to the dryads, here we have the thing. Apart from, you know, taking them out of the battle because they're busy dispelling shit, the protection scroll. And what that means is that dryads who get 4 dispels on full mana, they have 200 mana and it costs 50 per dispel. That will suck up their mana, so you are free to use whatever spells you want afterwards, like slow, inner fire, anything else for human? No. But if you're playing orc, you can use bloodlust and summons, water elemental, blah blah blah, summons, curse, whatever. And if the human, what am I saying? If the night elf player decides to turn off abolish magic, or he doesn't have it yet, that means that you have 2 extra armor on your units, so you know you get the benefit anyway. The secondary benefit, or third benefit, if you're counting not being able to dispel the serious magic, is that if these dryads get hurt, healing them with moon wells will also heal their mana, which they have none of or very little, so you'll suck the mana wells dry a lot faster. In this particular situation, with the war and rejuvenation and the possible spell breakers that Allforicons doesn't feel like he needs, you know, since he can just sit and bitch about it and cry in a corner if he loses the game, is that when you have casters of any kind with low mana using moonwells, you're sucking up more juice to fill up the mana than for health. So in any way you can burn out mana on casters, be they druids of the Talon, dryads, or heroes. That means that the moonwells will burn out so much faster. While the human on his end has, of course, the brilliance aura. You know, that's why people pick the Archmage first. So they can keep stealing magic, casting their spells over and over and over, and they'll never run out, unlike, you know, everyone else. So that's the idea on that, the protection scrolls and stealing rejuvenation. It doesn't work so well with shamans purging rejuvenation because, you know, when the shamans run out, you still have your, you know, 0 to 0 or 1 for 1, so you knock each other out basically. Enough of that. I'm getting too technical and too boring. So we're going to unpause in 3, 2, 1. Unpause. Here we go. Both are heading the same way. We have the incredibly fast demon hunter here with boots and shit. He threw down a ward and saw the Yumi ward. Took that out. He has a crystal ball, which is really nice. But on this particular map, you know, you can just spend 50 gold for a reveal, and you don't have to wait for a cooldown. So, Mr.Cygnus, figuring that the enemy came from the right, there might be expansion or possible expansion going up. And so it is. Here we have the expansion, and we have Cygnus with his massive army, including branch-wielding giants. The human, knowing that Cygnus is in the area, is coming up from behind. So, we now have a choice of trying to take down this town hall or fighting a battle. And he got the expansion down and took off. And that's 350 in town portal, and for a cost expand it's like 1.5 times the regular cost. So we're looking at, I checked that out way a long time ago. I think it's like something close to 500-600 gold and double the amount of wood that the human now lost. Of course, since he has Fiancer, he will just start rebuilding it. But Mr. Cygnus did get another advantage there. Cygnus is going back from wood. On this map, when you're playing Nightelf, and the fountain is cleared, or you are fighting, it's nighttime, use the Fountain of Health to heal up instead of your moonwells. As I said, with the mana used and such, plus moonwells don't regenerate all that fast. You know, even with the wellspring thing, it does take some time, and you know, here you get it for free, and you can have your moonwells for emergency, like, you know, when you're defending your base. So, using such ways of doing things is you know, small tricks that the good players use. Plus, if you want to do it that way, you can heal up at the fountain and get your mana back at your moonwells. That will be more efficient than trying to split them up between health and moonwells. Okay, so the human knows that he's in the neighborhood because he killed one of the mortar teams. So he teleports in, and Cygnus takes off. I think he will kill, yeah, he will kill this bear. So for the price of a bear, it costs a teleport scroll for the bear. I'm not sure the price difference, but bears cost also wood, which teleport scrolls don't do. Mountain giants trying to keep the knights away from the bears, does a taunt. We now have a chimera on the go. Cygnus is going to transfer over to his chimera and hippogriffs, or hippochim, or hippoera, or hippo, whatever the hell you call The problem the mistake that Cygnus makes here is that he does not make any anti-air for his chimeras, like the hypocrites. But at this particular moment, the human has very little anti-air. He has priests and water elementals along with his archmage. His heroes has no orbs yet. The human orb is considered to be the weakest. I did some testing on it and I wasn't very impressed. I thought it would be like getting cleave for your heroes, but the splash is so little that it's not worth it for the splash. It's only like a hero anti-air thing for many heroes. Here we have a Kvitak, and he's locked inside. He's got a teleport scroll. We have the mortar teams blasting off on the Dryads. Now the human knows that there's chimeras in the house, and that leads him, of course, to make some anti-air. Going for rifles at this point would be lunacy, because we have a serious ground army for Cygnus, and you need like 4 or 5 riflemen. Oh, maybe less. You know, I'm thinking headhunters, but you need quite a bit of riflemen, and that also gets affected by the splash in either case. So riflemen is not a good idea at this very moment. So he goes for the flying machines, which are incredibly great if there's no anti-air whatsoever on the opposition, because as you can see, they have 200 hit points and do 14 to 15 damage. You need like a whole squadron of them per hippogriff in order to actually do some damage. But he does have the shop up, and he has no aviators yet, so actually I was wrong there, he got an aviator and he's making Dragonhawk riders. But you will see a mistake on the human's part also, because he over focuses on the flying machines. Okay, now if Mr. Cygnus got a look at the Wisp, or saw the Wisp when the human was around, he would see that there's flying machines on the field here. Ancient of Wind is still not doing anything. We have the Tree of Eternity walking up to his natural expansion. I think, yeah, Mr. Cygnus harassed caused the humans to still have 1300 gold, but still with the fast expansion he probably got that back anyway. Assault on the expansion, that goes down. We have teleport in, and the human teleports out before he's destroyed by the chimps. He doesn't have quite the anti-air that he wants yet. 5 flying machines and now 2 Dragonhawk riders. It will take some time for those flying machines to kill all the chimps, and while the chimps are alive, the knights will get really, really smacked. Cygnus now creeping again, using the rejuvenation on his hero. That is such a great spell, and on his chimps also, of course. He's 3/3 on his whatchamacallit, his not-elf units. His, yeah, lords, Airwinds, non-sentinels. The sentinel upgrades only affect the ballista and the hunter-resistant archers, which he has none of whatsoever. Here we have another assault. However, he does have the Tree of Eternity, which has a lot of hit points, and he also has the upgrade for buildings. We have another battle, and he takes off. We now have a level 6 Demon Hunter. At this point, things are looking very good for Mr. Cygnus. His chimps have taken very little damage. He's able to heal them up. He's still not making any anti-air, while the human is